Right now, at this very moment, countless people are waking up to their 7 a.m. alarms, squeezing into subway cars, and heading to their offices. They accept this routine that will repeat for the next 40 years, as if it's natural. But what does a day look like for the world's wealthiest people? From the moment they wake up, money is already flowing in, even when they're in the bathroom, taking a shower, or spending time with family. This is the difference between earned income and asset income. Yet most people either don't know this truth or choose to ignore it. Why? During the 2008 global financial crisis, Warren Buffett bought more stocks while everyone around him was selling in panic. People called him crazy, but 10 years later, his wealth had doubled. Those who mocked him were still doing the same jobs in the same places. Here's the key point: if you can't create a system where money makes money, you'll have to work with your body for the rest of your life. And you can never become truly wealthy with money earned through physical labor. Why? Because time is limited and bodies age. So what should you do? The answer is simpler than you think, but executing it is incredibly difficult. First, if you have nothing, you need to hustle. Take on 2 jobs, 3 jobs if necessary to build your initial capital. Pride? Save that for later? Right now, it's about survival. Second, you need to invest over 90% of your earnings. This is where most people fail. They think, what's the point of living so frugally? But the real fun starts later. What could be more enjoyable than living without financial worries? For the rest of your life? Third, and most importantly, you need to start investing in assets you truly believe will trend upward long-term with absolute confidence. Whether it's US stocks, Korean real estate, or any other asset. Diversification? That's what rich people do. To create something from nothing, concentrated investing is the answer. When Jeff Bezos started Amazon, he bet everything. He quit his stable Wall Street job and started selling books from his garage. People called him crazy. Buying books online? That's ridiculous. But he believed in the future he saw, and that conviction made him one of the world's richest men. Let me tell you a scary truth. If the asset you choose doesn't rise long-term, it's like dying twice. First, you spent your youth in extreme frugality. Second, your investment failed. At that point, you can't blame anyone. That choice was entirely yours. That's why you need to study. You need to develop the insight to read the world. In the early 1990s, there was an ordinary Korean office worker. While his colleagues were drinking and having fun, he sat alone in front of his computer. People whispered, "That guy lives such a boring life." But he was seeing something: the coming IT revolution. He invested most of his salary in Samsung Electronics stock. 20 years later, he became a billionaire. His colleagues who mocked him were still salary workers. This is the power of insight, the ability to see what others can't, and the courage to bet on it. But the most important factor here is time. The magic of compound interest becomes more powerful as time passes. In the first year, there seems to be little difference. But by the 10th year, there's a huge gap. By the 20th year, you're living in a completely different world. So how long do you have to live like this? The answer is simple: until the income generated by your assets can cover your living expenses. Only then can you start reducing your work. Only then can you be confident that spending money won't reduce your assets. That's when you truly taste economic freedom. Most self-made wealthy people have gone through this process. This isn't a coincidence. It's the formula for wealth. It seems like the slowest way, realistically, but it's actually the fastest. Why? Because most other methods fail. Lottery? That's gambling. Short-term investing? That's no different from gambling. Real estate speculation? It eventually crashes. But this method is different. It takes time, but it's almost certain. Why? Because human progress never stops. Technology keeps advancing, productivity keeps improving. And in that process, the best companies keep growing. Ultimately, the key is this: finding the best companies that will dominate the future and participating in their growth process. That's true investing. There are 3 main reasons why people spend their entire lives just working. First, they simply don't know this truth. Schools don't teach this, and neither does society. Second, even if they know, they can't resist immediate temptations. They keep postponing with just this month or starting next month. Third, they're too afraid of failure to even try. They're trapped in the thought, what if I fail? But the real scary thing is something else. Think about it. After retiring at 65, you still have 30 more years to live. But pensions alone are nowhere near enough. Eventually, you'll have to work night shifts at convenience stores, even in your 70s, living off your children's charity in a pitiful old age, even worrying about hospital bills. This is the truly scary reality that most people will face. But what if you build an asset income system? You can live comfortably on the monthly income from your assets even after retirement. You don't need to worry about reemployment, and you won't be a burden to your children. Instead, you can leave them a solid inheritance. This is the true freedom that asset investing creates. So start right now, step by step from the first stage. Earn money, invest it, and hold on for 5 to 10 years. There will be countless temptations along the way. There will be judgmental looks from friends. But remember, this true success lies on the path that most people don't take. What you choose now will determine your fate 10 years from now. Will you live stressed about money for the rest of your life? Or will you make money work for you? The choice is in your hands.